What is warehouse orchestration? I'm joined today by Sally Miller. She is Chief Information Officer North America for DHL Supply Chain. Hi, Sally.
Hello there.
Thanks for joining me. Can you explain to me exactly what is warehouse orchestration and how is it going to impact the supply chain industry?
I think in the past 5 to 7 years, there have been just significant innovations in the supply chain industry, significant advancements in AI, robotics, and other technologies that we've been applying to our operations. As we add more technologies, in addition to the core execution systems that run in a facility, you need to make sure that those solutions are optimized and working together. Hence the reason why we're calling it orchestration. If you don't optimize those solutions, as well as human beings in the warehouse, you will have a suboptimal solution and won't be as efficient and won't get the return on your investment. So we view orchestration as within the four walls of the warehouse, maximizing the productivity of humans and any automation or technology applied, as well as end-to-end supply chain orchestration. Various components of a customer's supply chain, such as transportation, warehousing, returns that go outside the four walls, but those activities need to be optimized and orchestrated. And as we're using more data to make decisions, predictive analytics, applying algorithms, the complexity has increased, and orchestration helps ensure a smooth execution.
You've described to me many different pieces of the puzzle, or should I say many different players in the orchestra.
Sure.
Tell me more about the emerging and existing technologies that can be put to use in warehouse orchestration to further enhance this particular tool.
So existing technologies would be any type of automation in the facility, traditional automated storage and retrieval systems or conveyor systems, as well as sensors that you might put at the end of a pick and pass transfer as totes come off the line, different robotics and data analytics and AI. So there are many existing and emerging technologies that have put this more complex environment together, which gives you a better solution, but takes a bit more to get the most out of all the solutions.
Sounds like this might not have been possible just a few years ago, that these new technologies have made possible the whole concept of warehouse orchestration. That's really interesting. But does it truly cover everything? Are there aspects of warehouse operations that aren't covered by warehouse orchestration?
I think today there are, but I think to get the most out of everything operating in the warehouse, they have to be orchestrated, harmonized, so that you don't have any waste or congestion. Mm-hmm. But not everything has a sensor where you can capture data and integrate it to something else. So yes, there are today and probably always will be some things that don't necessarily fit into the orchestration umbrella.
One of the big challenges of warehouse operations, of course, is the notion of peaks and valleys in demand,
yes.
Especially peak season, holiday shopping and stuff like that. How does warehouse orchestration play a role in helping warehouses to deal with that?
When you're trying to orchestrate humans and machines, you have to have real-time visibility of your order flow and the current status so you can reposition assets and people to be as efficient as possible to meet those peak service levels. And that is getting more complex the more technologies you put into the solution.
Well, what advice would you give to companies? And this sounds like a very attractive tool, a very attractive application. When the company wants to actually implement this in their warehouse, what advice would you give to them about how to go about doing it, and what kind of challenges might they encounter in the process?
I think the most important thing companies need to do is ensure that they have the right data being generated from multiple different solutions and a strategy of how to leverage that data so you can write algorithms and use the data to orchestrate the activities within the warehouse. So it would all be around data.
Nothing without data, garbage in, garbage out, as you say. But how might companies stumble or face obstacles or not quite get it right in the implementation? I take it one of the things is not having the data. But can you tell me a little bit more about what they should kind of keep on the lookout for to ensure a successful implementation?
I think they need to not just apply technology to existing processes, but to create the process from scratch so they get the best possible solution. It is very common for companies just to put a piece of technology into their existing process instead of revisiting the process from the ground up.
Well, Sally, thank you very much for kind of clarifying for me this whole concept of what is warehouse orchestration today. But I'd like to ask you for a moment a little bit about DHL Supply Chain specifically and how the whole subject of warehouse operations or warehouse orchestration fits in with you folks.
Sure. DHL Supply Chain is the largest contract logistics provider in the world. We provide warehousing, transportation, and value-added services for our customers. We are we have a global reach and operate in over 2,000 facilities in 50 countries. And that scale enables us to support our customers that operate globally to have one provider who knows their business and is able to implement the latest solutions to make them as efficient as possible.
So a symphony of supply chain.
An orchestra.
An orchestra, I'm sorry, let's get
That's
the metaphor
all right.
correct. Thank you so much, Sally. I really appreciate your sitting down with me and talking about this subject. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, I enjoyed it.
I've been speaking with Sally Miller of DHL Supply Chain. Thank you very much for watching.